Finnish President Alexander Stubb begins official visit to Norway with royal ceremony. Fierce debate over Palkkakuoppalaki wage model bill heats up in Finnish parliament. Political youth leaders criticize tax break proposal for mothers with 3 or more children. Former ice hockey player Janne Puhakka shot dead in Espoo, alleged murderer admits to crime. Today, Finnish President Alexander Stubb and his wife Susanne Stubb began their official visit to Norway with a grand ceremony. At the Royal Palace in Oslo, King Harald V, Queen Sonja, Crown Prince Haakon, and Crown Princess Mette-Marit welcomed President Stubb and his wife. The ceremony took place in a solemn atmosphere, with many citizens waving Finnish flags. After the welcoming ceremony, President Stubb laid a wreath at the National Monument in Akershus Fortress and met with Norwegian Parliament Speaker Masud Gharahkhani. The two sides discussed bilateral cooperation, especially in the fields of security and defense. The visit will conclude with a formal dinner at the Royal Palace, attended by the King and Queen of Norway. President Stubb will continue his official visit to Norway until Thursday, focusing on economic and infrastructure issues. A heated debate over the wage model law took place in the Finnish parliament, as Labour Minister Arto Saartonen National Coalition Party defended the bill against opposition questions. The government claims the model will protect the national economy's common interests and maintain labour market stability, while the opposition accuses it of increasing wage inequality, particularly for low-wage sectors. The opposition, including the Social Democratic Party, the Centre Party, the Green Party, Liike Nyt, and the Left Alliance, all support a no-confidence vote scheduled for Wednesday. These parties argue that the bill could lead to strikes if wage increase demands are not met. Minister Saartonen emphasized that the bill aims to ensure Finland's international competitiveness and protect public finances for public services. Leaders of political youth organizations strongly criticized a proposal by Finnish party MPs to exempt or reduce income taxes for mothers with at least 3 children. MPs Termu Keski-Saari and Ani Rostiler submitted the initiative to Parliament to boost the declining birth rate. However, Pini Vuorinen, president of the Left Youth, called the proposal a half-hearted action that doesn't really address the issue. She argued that important support policies, such as subsidies for students and new workers, are being cut, affecting family planning. Similarly, Vingar Tuparmarki, president of the National Coalition Youth, called the proposal populist, and criticized the high costs it could impose on the national budget. Former ice hockey player Janne Puhakka, 29, was shot dead at his home in Espoo this past Sunday. According to police, the murder was triggered by the end of Puhakka's relationship with his partner, 66-year-old Norwegian veterinarian Rolf Nordmo. Nordmo admitted to police that he shot Puhakka with a hunting rifle while they were addressing issues related to their breakup. Their relationship had ended weeks earlier, but they remained in contact to settle personal matters. When Puhakka visited their former home on the day of the incident, Nordmo quickly used the gun and shot him. Police described the violent act as deliberate and more brutal than necessary. Nordmo will face court on Wednesday for a detention hearing. Puhakka's murder has shocked the Finnish sports community, where he was known as the first ice hockey player in the SM Liiga to publicly come out as gay in 2019. Many in the Finnish sports world have expressed condolences and honored him as a courageous symbol for the LGBTQ+ community. Oulu police are investigating the murder of a 23-year-old woman. The woman was reported missing on October 8 after her family couldn't reach her for several days. After an investigation, police arrested the victim's ex-boyfriend, a 49-year-old man, on October 9, suspecting his involvement in the murder that occurred between October 5 and 6 at an apartment in central Oulu. The man admitted to killing the victim and burying her body in the outskirts of Oulu. Finland's largest solar energy park, located in Kalanti, Uusi Kaupunki, will soon provide electricity to over 20,000 households. The park spans approximately 200 hectares, with 380,000 solar panels divided into 12 sections. Once completed, its capacity will reach 206 megawatts. The entire project is expected to be finished by next summer. Pekka Talernen, director of power generation at Helen Energy, stated that installation in the northern section has been completed and will continue in the southern section until spring. He emphasized that the park's large scale will help reduce production costs and eliminate the use of electricity from polluting sources. This project not only benefits Uusi Kaupunki's green image but also contributes around €650,000 annually in property taxes, helping shape Uusi Kaupunki as a clean energy city and supporting local businesses. Since Forssa city decided to start school later, the atmosphere in schools has improved positively. Students now begin classes at 9 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., which has brought many benefits, especially for those with later sleep cycles. Numerous studies show that later school start times give students more rest, improve focus, and reduce tardiness or absenteeism in the mornings. Amanda Honkarlar, a 9th grade student, said she feels more alert and can maintain energy throughout the day. Teachers have also benefited, as they now have more time to prepare before classes. The project is supported by sleep researchers who argue that later school start times improve students' mental health and academic performance. Every day in Finland, many accidents occur between trains and animals. It is estimated that there are around 300 to 400 such accidents each year, mostly in northern Finland. These incidents often cause significant disruptions to the railway system. Mariku Lehtinen, a train driver with over 20 years of experience, shared that hitting animals, especially dogs, is heartbreaking. Dog accidents often occur during the hunting season when they move more through the forests. In winter, in northern Finland, deer and reindeer often come to the tracks because it's easier to move on them in deep snow. Sometimes dozens of reindeer can be hit by a train at once. Although train drivers can try to warn animals with horns or brakes, due to the long braking distance of trains, avoiding collisions is rarely successful. After each accident, drivers often seek comfort from colleagues. S Group has removed fair trade bananas from most of its stores, causing a sharp decline in sales of these bananas in Finland. According to statistics, fair trade banana sales have halved in the past few months. The main reason is that S Group has adjusted its banana product lineup, replacing them with cheaper alternatives. S Group's representative, Nina Lamar, stated that the decision was based on consumer demand analysis, where price has become a more important factor. Although fair trade bananas are still available in some stores, their consumption has significantly decreased. Meanwhile, other chains like K Group and Lidl continue to offer fair trade bananas. Flixbus recently launched a route from Rovaniemi to Krakow, but the journey faced difficulties when the driver couldn't find the bus station in Rovaniemi. This 2,000 kilometers route began on Saturday and encountered several challenges in its initial runs. A passenger, Lorena Fofanov, who was only traveling to Oulu, said she would have been willing to stay on the bus for hours if needed. She advised future travelers on the long journey to prepare mentally and wear comfortable clothing. The journey requires patience, especially since the final destination is 39 hours away. Despite the early challenges, Fofanov hopes the route will continue operating so she can experience the long journey to Krakow. In the Lapland region, a strange phenomenon has occurred for 2 consecutive autumns. Trees are not shedding their leaves even though winter is approaching. In Rovaniemi, many trees such as aspen, hawthorn, and birch still retain their green leaves on the branches, even in mid-October. This phenomenon is thought to be due to extended warm weather. Professor Anne Talver from the Finnish Natural Resources Institute expressed surprise that northern origin trees have not yet prepared for winter. She noted that leaves only fall when the tree has absorbed enough nutrients and environmental conditions, such as heavy snow or strong winds, are appropriate.